Federation. A dream that became a reality and spread throughout the stars. We are one family. Until the Dominion came. They brought war to paradise. Si vis pacem parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war.
Oh, hello there, and welcome to Questline. Today, we will be playing an extra special, very fun new campaign where we go off to a galaxy in the Alpha Quadrant. We'll be playing Star Trek Adventures by Modifius. I'd like to first acknowledge that we are on the traditional and unceded territories of the Musqueam Nation, and it is our privilege and pleasure to work on these beautiful lands. So, let us introduce to you our cast for today, starting with Tim.
I'll be playing Talon Wrester. You just see like a young commander, way too young to be a commander, pretty well fit, wearing the standard Starfleet uniform with hiking boots on. Should have been the thing with stuff. Okay. And he's just walking through the hallways at a pretty steady pace. You just hear him kind of like lean over towards his comm badge. Commander's log. Stardate 50182.7. Supplemental. I've gathered our command crew for some much-needed R&R. After adjusting the Delta and Kappa shifts, much to their dismay, we got some much-needed time in the holodeck suite. Our last away mission was a little bit of a doozy. We faced some hostile Orion poachers, a wayward Starfleet scientist, and we even lost Ensign Hansen. We could maybe do some more regular stuff, but it was recommended to me by one Lieutenant Mulligan to play an ancient game known as Dungeons and Dragons on the holodeck. So we started a campaign, and as I recall, the last session ended pretty well for us. And I'll step into the holodeck. Computer, run program D&D Wrester T, Menagerie. You see this like light go around as like the hologram changes my like Starfleet uniform to like a buffer shirtless version of myself with like a long goatee and kind of like long flowing hair, and the lower half of my body is the majority of a horse. I am a centaur named Texas Beans. I guess I'm just waiting for my friends.
And entering the holodeck next.
Rushing down the hallway, sort of like a speed walk, huffing and puffing, is Lieutenant Kalos Nostrom, a Betazoid Trill, Lieutenant Commander, and very, very calm, and has a presence to them because they feel the emotions of everyone around them. But would also like to get on the good side of the commander that he was also mentored on Starbase 93. And they have black eyes and blonde hair, and they get to the holodeck, and then they say, "Sorry, I'm late. Sorry," and they say, "Activate Drisk program for D&D," and then before them changes into a lizard folk with mohawk. Weird for lizard folk, I know, to have hair, but it's a real thing, and it's electrifying, and they're a fighter and a warrior.
Also running down the hallway from a different direction.
Stumbling awkwardly, but trying to be the most efficient possible, is Nuree Arol Tapuk. And I am half Vulcan, half human. I grew up with my mother Paluna on Vulcan and attended the Vulcan Science Academy and excelled in many classes and many AP classes, and went on for a position in intelligence at Starfleet. I was ripped away from Vulcan by my dad, Kyle, who was a bass player in a grunge band, and managed a very large commune where we grew Christmas trees. But I'd rather not talk about that.
and not talking about it. And in the lovely tradition of therapy at the D&D table, you step into the holodeck and become...
Ah, right. I'm going to become Rue Bogthorn, Goblin. Adventurer, potions maker.
Stepping out of the turbo lift and rushing down the hall as the last one to D&D.
Is Ava Nisha Bajoran. Family was lost during the occupation on Bajoran, and the prophets have led her to Starfleet to help with what she can. Is security officer on board the Binary here, and can be a little hot-headed at times, and run my program and turn into Tarna, who is a barbarian who is ready to just unleash her frustrations within this D&D world on the holodeck.
The four of you coming together, the program begins to load. You see a rush of lights around you as a majestic setting is before you. As you try to remember who took down notes from the last session.
Yeah, computer, play back the notes.
Playing notes for chapter 27. Once upon a time, 4 heroes embarked upon a...
Just the last session, computer.
Ah! They screamed in terror as...
Let's go for drinks.
You see like a massive boulder roll down a hill and just smush a house, but the tavern's intact as you step inside.
Wow.
Oh my God, I forgot that we left kind of in the middle of it last time. That happens sometimes. My like horse butt like fit in the tavern. I'll just catch one at the window. Why don't you guys
Just
grab
get
a
to the
seat?
window.
Yeah, over there.
We just pull up a table to the window.
See like a young elven server, long, flowing, braided, golden hair, walk over to your table. You again? Why? Why have you come back?
Did we do something last time?
I don't remember.
We're here to turn in the mission.
You completed the mission.
Yes.
Right? It's rather loud in here. I don't know. Hang on. Is this not the mission?
The mission is for you to consume these beverages. And from under the table, somehow pulls out several shot glasses for each of you.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, I like this game.
Careful.
I don't even remember.
Just be careful. We're still kind of on duty.
Huzzah.
Don't worry, it's synthahol. Won't get you drunk. Anyway, you completed the mission. You drank the drink. Here is your quest reward. And the computer generates like several like items that fall onto your laps. They seem to be +1 weapons.
Oh, wow.
You look around for the patrons and you see like that it's a hustle and bustle, lots of little halflings like having a little party on the side. You see like some like goblins recovering from Rumspringa. Things are looking a little interesting, a little seedy, but the energy is high in the bar. The music being played by a satyr on a pan flute in stereo.
Wow.
Impressive.
Very.
As you continue, so you completed the mission. Does that mean you're headed off to fight the dragon now and take the dragon horde?
That sounds like what I should have done. Not the
We can most definitely take the dragon.
Of course.
Let's
In
do it.
D&D, we're fighting a dragon.
You four who slew hags and restored peace to the Feywild.
Yes.
Yes, we cleared
Totally.
the water. We cleaned up the water, the wells.
I am but a simple tavern server, but you are grand heroes. Please embark upon your grand quest.
Mostly, I was here.
Right. Yeah.
And we're all here to learn.
There's
as
not an
team.
alternative. Let's go.
Yes,
Yeah.
team collective.
Pay. Can you pay the tavern? I just don't got any pockets on my horse
hang on.
body.
It's trinkets here, right?
I have many pockets.
Trinkets. Trinkets?
Trinkets.
How about some citrine?
Sir, you're on the material plane.
Oh, right.
You returned, but not a year ago.
Chapter 16. My bad.
Oh,
The computer prompts you. Would you like to reload previous mission?
Oh, yeah. Let's just jump back to where we were. We were ahead of this. Sorry to waste your time, young lady. And just swipe the yes.
You see like a whirl of light change from being in the tavern setting, and suddenly you're stepping out onto a large cliff face overlooking a basin of water, where you see a large river spirit swimming in circles with abundance of energy as he sees the four of you. Menagerie! And just shrinks up slightly so that it can be like face to face with you, but long body cascading off the cliff face, coming out of the water. What are you doing back here? I mean, you're here for the first time.
We're here to get the dragon, like the mission said, right?
Dragon?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling Scabatha now?
Oh,
oh,
right.
that is not a dragon.
Lorna's sister.
I think, well, we did that, and then we did the other thing.
There's too long.
So
in
the 20, yes, I think you're right, and if we can all come together in the guaranteed times, we can fix that issue. Thank you very much, Happy. Can you just jump us ahead to that dragon part?
Certainly. And the computer, do. And the scene changes once more as you are now at the base of a mountain, snow-capped and full of evergreen trees that are in odd shades. You see purples and greens. You're definitely in a part of the Feywild, but a part you haven't traveled to yet. As you look up, you see a winding path full of dangers. Bats with fiery wings patrol the area. You see the shadows elongated unnaturally so as things lurk within them.
This is feeling a lot closer to where we were. Am I right?
This sounds sick as hell. Let's go.
I believe we're on the path now.
Computer, can you just quick do us a favor? Load the last autosave.
No autosave detected. Corruption. Corruption.
We gotta do that whole hour thing up the mountain again. I'm remembering it all too
Extrapolating
well.
from notes, drinks, shopping section, bought lots of cool shit.
Yeah.
Gold was spent. Ammunition, nobody cares about that. I don't need material components. Ha! It
That
ends
does
abruptly.
sound familiar.
That sounds like where we were.
Lieutenant Commander Nostrom is feeling emotions from everyone, impatience. It's overwhelming.
Tarna just grabs her discus and is like, let's go. I'm ready.
Up on Rue, you want to ride?
I too am overwhelmed with emotion.
You know me. I'm a fighter and I'm always ready to rock.
You see the path before you. As you continue along it, we're going to have a couple of encounters here that we're going to quickly go through. Tarna, describe to me how you behead this shade.
This shade. I am going to take my discus and from the back, and I'm going to wait until they make a distraction, so it's looking the other way, and then just hurl my discus at it, and just clean shot right through.
You see this thing is manifesting. Tell me something you're afraid of. I know there's not a lot out there that Tarna the Mighty isn't afraid of.
Is it shades? It might be shades.
It
Might be the shades.
They creep me out.
I don't like shades, just saying.
I know, they creep me out.
The cleanest cut rips through as the ring returns to your hands, and you see it just reach out towards you as its body falls in half and just.
Just make a step back, but make it look like I wasn't worried.
It was a trick.
You're worried.
I'm not crying.
While this is happening, Rue, you are facing a shadowy version of yourself. How do you overcome this challenge?
First of all, that's terrifying. Just give me a second.
It looks back at you. It's terrifying. And starts to mix a potion.
That's
on the
rude.
fly.
Rude.
All right, I'm just gonna dig into one of my little goblin pockets. I think the 129th.
Okay.
Got a little mugwort in there, some chamomile, some vervain. Squish it up into some tiny little disgusting fingers.
You see the copy of you reach into their thing and pull something out, and it's just gooey substance, and they're
you ain't
getting
got
it
shit,
stuck
do
and
you?
And then you hit them with this. What does it look like when they're impacted by your spell?
Oh, and they're impacted by my spell. It's gonna be glorious. There's a raft of light coming from it, in all different colors of the rainbow, and it's gonna like continue until it looks like shards of crystal and fluorite and penetrate the entire being.
Yeah, you see like a shadowy version of you just becomes a rainbow encased version of you as all these shards enter inside and then explode outwards, generating a double rainbow above you.
What does it all mean?
Drisk running ahead, you see two enemies befalling you. They seem to be working in pairs. They are moving as though mirrored in their movements. As these two like angelic figures like strike towards you, each of them half a wing, one white, one purple.
Right. And I remember a dance that I was taught by Thaco, where it was called the double split. So then what I do is I do a sidestep in between them, and then I prepare my sword, and I go in between both of them like a smooth, fluid motion, almost like water and wind at the same time.
Yeah, seeing their movements mirrored, you move in such a way that you position that strike perfectly so that when they pass, you strike in one fell blow as their energies intertwine and shoot out amongst the stars.
Wow. That's very much like the dance that we had back in the tent at Witch Lake Carnival.
And charging through all of that, Texas beams.
Yeah, I'll like run up and I'll cast like what am I fighting? What's going
As you say, like, what are you fighting? Like, computer like generates an
like what is it?
something for you. You see this large two-headed Etin
perfect.
swinging towards you. Their heads arguing with each other.
I'll cast minor illusion on one and use like one of like a copy of the other one's voice on the other side of the other head, going like, "You're both ugly."
What? You're not supposed to be over
And then
there.
I'll turn around and like I want to kick him with my horse legs. I just want to kick him off the side of the mountain with my horse legs. So Texas Beans will just kind of rear up and just. I'm trying to be in character. And it like jumps and kicks and hits the Etin.
Yeah, like moving your holographic half of your body. You like turn and like just think kind of, and like the computer extrapolates what your motions should be as you activate your attack.
I say it like I say what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I haven't like quite crossed that role play bridge at the.
Kicking out at them. They go, "Why are you over there? No, you're supposed to be over there!" And they continue to argue as they fall down the cliff edge.
Yeah, and then just for a split second, you see the hologram on like my backside like just fade a little bit, and I'm just like in this weird like position, like doing like a butt thrust backwards, like hurrah!
The rest of you, I think this thing has. Maybe.
Oh my.
Oh.
Hooded figure.
You see at the far edge of the of
Somehow
mountain
Palpatine has survived. Sorry, wrong. Do it. Oh, franchise. Sorry.
It was the Force.
Engage tractor beam. They have one of those in this system. Nah.
Okay, sorry.
You see at the far edge of this mountain path, a arch appears, and you see the doors of your ship open into the holodeck as this hooded figure walks in. As was predicted.
Deal.
Teal.
Yo.
And the last member of your party, the captain, appears. I'm sorry, I didn't see the invite. But you see this Furbolg walk in, holding onto this little goat, sheep, somewhere in between. You're not sure. It's both. It's neither. What? Named Remy, as his like long, flowing black hair with little streaks of silver, like this ethereal silver, which all of you know contain portions of his memory that maybe he doesn't want to remember. Sometimes he does, and then gives you a recipe for something you didn't ask for. As this wizard walks forth. Well, I didn't think I'd miss this party. Oh, we're supposed to face Enderlin's dragon?
That's where we're going.
Does
but
she even have a dragon? I can't see that far ahead.
We forgot the savings. We have to do the whole mountain thing again.
We forgot our notes.
You know my abilities only work to see the future if you write your notes. Where's Watkins? No wonder we don't have notes.
You had to bring up Watkins.
Quatkins.
I know Narrowly's off defending the Sentinel and being like, ha, I'm the Sentinel, and you need to listen to laws.
It's very necessary. Especially with her sister.
Well, so you got a pretty good handle on them notes. I gotta say, like, Captain, I don't think it's like a full fail to take notes. I just think Lieutenant Commander just maybe better upstairs than he is on the pen, you know?
You mean fighter class dress?
Right, of course. Sorry, I'm character.
Yeah. We're on the holodeck.
Drisk.
Yes. So, Tio, wow. Do you have any special tea for us?
I have several teas. One of them is my specialty.
Oh. Well, I have a feeling that it might
Goes from his teapot to you.
boost us for this fight to the dragon.
Oh, don't drink that one. Throw that on something. You want to drink this one.
Throw it on something. Zzz, in the holodeck. Zzz.
That's not lemonade.
Lemonade stored for future use.
Ew.
The computer has like stored
Yeah.
your inventory.
Cleanup crew, noted.
Yeah, oh, don't get me started. When I said I wanted to play fantasy game, the holodeck took a wild turn.
Oh, wow. Ooh, it got hot in here.
Well, suppose at the top of this mountain there is that dragon as was predicted. How are we going to fight a dragon?
Well,
Only level 6. I mean, we only have so much power.
right. Well, I do have the surge, and I do have another action. I have a Psi warrior, so I can Misty Step, and I could get behind it. We could flank
I
it.
wonder if that's connected to my hidden step.
Oh, I think so.
Perhaps we could call it the 2-step?
Oh, I always do like a good dance.
I see you haven't activated your eye yet. There we go.
There it is.
Well, you know me, I'm just gonna hang back and try and do some distance damage. As we learned, my horse body cannot take a lot of damage last time. So I'm gonna do my best.
You know, my withering and blooming can only do so much.
Right.
That's what happened to Watkins. He tried to ride you.
Right, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe I have that memory right here.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
Well, perhaps we could utilize a tactic like that. Rue, would you like to stand on horsey back?
I would.
Maybe don't sit, just stand.
I feel like it would be
Surf it.
more flair
If
if I
allowed.
surfed it. And also, I just want to be able to sneak over and find out what there are any weaknesses of the dragon.
Yeah, you're gonna like sneak in and look inside
Yes.
at the dragon. Yeah, make a survival check or a history check. So like this page like is generated in front of you as you like flip through what's what and you like highlight a few things. A die falls into your hand as you roll it.
Dirty 20.
Whoa! Peeking inside, you see the form of an ancient dragon that you, as Rue, know exactly how to hide from. Having a long history of hiding and telling things that aren't quite true. As you look at the dragon, you notice that its scales are magnificent and able to repel nearly all blades and some spells even. To take away this advantage, you're going to need to collapse this cavern somehow.
Wonderful.
It won't completely destroy their lair, but it will take away a lot of their power, or find a way to fight it outside of the mountain.
Can I cast Shatter?
You see 3 eggs at the back of the cavern.
Oh.
Can I take them?
You want to try and steal dragon's eggs from...
I have pockets.
You do. And some magnificent magic. How would you like to accomplish this?
I also have telekinetic movement.
All right, here's what we're doing.
You come back to the
Get
group.
in there close. You stealth in. Once you're there, you get in as close as you can.
Yeah.
Tarna, you and I will wait on the back end. You get ready to run. You just get in there and you just run.
Oh, I'm gonna rage and
you
just go in.
Get in there as soon as it starts going down. Teal,
I've been
you and
waiting
me,
for this.
We're gonna distribute some magic. We're just gonna cause a little distraction for our friends and see if we can maybe even lure it out of its lair as it's all going down.
Who would like to move extra fast today?
Oh, I could certainly do that.
I will move extra.
You got the extra distance to make up. You can do the teleport.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
All right, Tana, prepare yourself to move like you've never moved before. Like we were partying on the dance floor at Room Springer.
Oh, perfect. Yes,
What dance moves those were?
those were great.
I'm sorry for the taste. I haven't quite worked out how to make it taste better than this. But hold on.
Okay.
And he like pulls out a little piece of licorice root, crushes it, and like throws it into the air. As you see, somehow he's pulled out a perfect teacup, and like it juts across to you as you take a sip.
Here goes nothing. Just chug the whole thing back.
It tastes like remember.
Damn. Oh,
Remember all that slime from those snails? The smell of that? It tastes like that, but with lots of licorice.
keep it down.
And as you're gonna like gather yourself, you feel unbelievably lithe as haste is cast upon you. And you see like Teal like pull out. Ensign, I believe you can move twice as fast. Make an extra like attack and a couple of other kind of action things.
Yes.
You have like advantage on like dexterity stuff. Your
Excellent.
AC went up by 2. That's cool.
Oh.
Right in character. Go fast, young Tarna.
Like the wind.
Yeah. Let's do this.
I wish-
Before this starts, I would like to rage.
Always so angry. Classic Barb.
Do we have any other preparations to make before we head in?
Let's go. We know what we're doing. We'll plan this out.
Already magic minor illusion.
I would like to give bardic inspiration to Tarna.
Feel like this is the best plan we've ever come up with. That's how we took down Skabatha and Bavlorna, and someday Andalin.
Okay, but like we can talk about the plan after we do the plan.
But we have a little bit more planning to do. Make a charisma save.
You know what? No, I'm done with this planning. I'm gonna grab my glaive and I am just gonna balls in and just run screaming Tarna at the top of my lungs.
Ensign Ava, I said wait!
Tarna, don't run!
Just slashing at this dragon as
With your
much as I
increased
can.
movement speed, you blink and you're inside the cavern as
Whoa.
this
Oh gosh, it's by herself.
incredible ancient black dragon rears its head, its horns elongated, acid dripping from its mouth.
I just picture them as every Cardassian that has ever wronged my people, and I just go nuts.
A series of like d20s appear in front of you as you roll them all. Make 4 attacks.
4 attacks
4 attacks.
with my glaive.
We're here to be team building, just to be clear. Ensign
Then let's
Ava
go.
has not made it. Yeah, you're right.
Let's go!
I
Yeah.
believe she's still in character.
18, dirty 20, 22, and 19.
22 and higher hits.
22 I hit.
Roll some damage.
Okay.
Classic barbarian.
11.
11 damage. Yeah, you like hit into this thing. 3 of your attack did like just turned aside by the scales. So you like adjust the angle of your glaive and get underneath one of the scales as you pry it off. You see this thing like roar back, and as it roars, all of this acid cascades down
Ew.
all over you.
Gross.
Hey, make a dex save, and you're a barbarian, so you have advantage already, even though you're hasted. and have like super advantage.
Yeah.
And you've got Bardic Inspiration.
Oh.
So many dice.
Oh, no.
Right. Thank God. Thanks for reminding me.
You got some Bardic Inspiration if you want to use it.
You use it.
D4?
D8 at this point. Yeah.
Oh my God, where's my D8? There it is. 9.
9 total. As this like
Oh, no.
you move around, but you move around in like a circle. You're not used to your speed being able to like move in this way. As all of this acid just cascades upon you, you take 114 points of acid damage.
I may be down.
Yep.
The rest of you get in. You see like half of Tarna's just like melted away.
Scream in horror.
That was not as predicted.
I cast Minor Illusion, and there's just a bunch of cute lights like flicker in the dragon's face, and I'll be like, ha! Doesn't even pay attention to them. Right. Damn it.
Can I cast slow on the dragon? Boom.
Boom.
27 to save.
Misty step behind the dragon.
Before you Misty Step, a legendary action is taken. As a 6 is rolled, dex saves from everybody else.
Oh God.
As was predicted.
Man.
Tio crit.
13.
Fails.
16.
Fails.
17.
Fails.
Yeah.
As each of you take... more, 121 points of acid damage.
That sounds.
Tio takes half and still gets knocked out.
It's just like the acid hits me, and only the horse bottom, the top half is just a skeleton now. Like,
I feel like the lizard is melting and screaming, but the mohawk still like looks perfect and pristine.
Goblin? What does this
I'm
look
just
like?
watching that thinking,
As you're like slowly like
a
melting
bummer.
away, you're just watching everyone else melt.
Yeah.
You like see Tail's hair
I-
falling out.
I want to take out my unicorn horn for special potion and chug the whole thing.
As you go to like check the whole thing, your body just falls away as the entire program resets and you're back in the tavern.
I remember what happened last time. We forgot to save again. Shit.
No,
Wait,
what
who
happened
took
last
notes?
time was that happened last time.
Wait, there were no.
See, but we make these plans. This is our time off. I don't want to have a meeting about
Yeah.
a meeting about a meeting about a plan every time we have time off.
Don't you know that's the only way to do
It's like
things?
the Kobayashi Maru all over again.
We know what we want to do. Let's just do it.
Oh no, we all passed. I mean, apologies. It's these clothes. As you see a red light flash across the room.
Oh no.
I do believe that's a red alert. You hear over the comms, all hands to stations. Bridge crew, captain, report to the bridge.
That's you,
I believe it's time to go.
Okay, I guess
Hey, Commander.
this short.
On way.
Why does it take 17 seconds to go up to the bridge? You all enter into the turbo lift and come out onto the bridge. Taking your stations, you see the Kappa shift all leave their stations as you sit down on the seats.
Thank you for your service, Cap Shift. What
Now,
do we
quickly,
see?
before we get into the scene too far, let's just recap what our stations are. I am your captain, Captain Corryn Sparrow of the USS Binary. My first officer,
Commander Talon Wrester.
and at Conn,
Lieutenant Commander Kalos Nostrom, Flight Controller.
our science officer,
Ensign Nuree to Puck.
and at Tactical.
Ensign Ava Nisha.
Can you tell everybody what is already loaded and ready to go?
My favorite lucky torpedo.
Yeah.
Always ready to go just in case.
Classic.
Is it a science pedo?
It sometime.
Excellent. Those are the best
knew
kind.
the side pedo.
Everyone knows it.
I'd say classic barbarian, but I say that might be out of place.
It seems the red alert has to do with this transmission. Ensign Nuree, would you care to play the transmission on the main viewer for us?
Absolutely.
Or perhaps, yes.
Bring it up, please.
Coming right up.
Full screen.
Captain.
Lenner, out of the...
Are we receiving any interference?
There is a lot of
Ensign?
interference coming through.
Can you try to clear that up at all?
Yes, Captain.
Sir, I'm sensing lots of radiation on scanners.
Radiation. Please, by all means, throw those sensors out. So, to make our first check of the game, we are going to roll for sensors. So we're going to roll for the ship first to see if the ship can help you.
So sensors 12.
So you're rolling 2d20 and you're trying to beat that 12 or less.
Ghost!
Yes. Excellent. Two
2
successes.
successes, heck yeah. As you throw your scanners out there, you are detecting several thousand kilometers away a large gravimetric distortion. This Type 4 like spatial anomaly is registering on your sensors. As you use it, you play that transmission again for the crew. On main viewer. No. They're supposed to be playing transmission.
We're still getting a lot of interference.
Sensors will be up soon, Captain.
I see the notes were not followed.
See if you can.
No matter.
correct that.
Let's head to warp. Get to that location immediately.
Warp. 324.
Security,
Mark
stand
5.
on ready. Let's take
Oh,
us to
I'm
yellow
ready.
alert.
Warp 6, Captain?
Please. So you spend the next 20 minutes as you warp towards this entity, coming up with a plan. I need options. How are we going to get that distress signal out of the gravimetric distortions?
Well, sir, maybe we can try. Maybe we can try the sensors array emitting a anti-neutron field towards the gravimetric center while we take a counter spin across. If it is gravimetric, it might be time related.
Yes, and I can activate the navigational impulse field.
Right on.
Interesting.
I can check the sensors and if they can be increased with our quantum flux inhibitors.
And who invented those quantum flux inhibitors?
It was you, sir.
Indeed. And status of our shields. If we're going to be...
Shields are up. We're holding steady. We are good so far. And I'm ready with my torpedo just in case.
I'm not sure a black hole can be destroyed by torpedo, but I am interested to see
We don't know
what you
what's in
have
it.
in store for us. Indeed.
Classic Bob.
Rude.
And Ensign Ava, are you able to maybe divert some of the power from the tractor beam into our sensor array?
Absolutely.
Let's see if
Yes, sir.
we can boost our efforts for Ensign Nuree.
All right. So to reiterate, which of these options are we going to use to pull this thing out of the anomaly?
Well, first I think we ought to, Captain, try and do our best to understand that. We're not sure if they may be compromised. I think it might be a bit hasty to just go and lasso them out of the whirlpool.
I have to keep our distance from the black hole as well, or else we get sucked in as well.
Indeed. Do me a favor and calculate exactly the escape velocity we would require to not be pulled in.
Without breaking hull, full shields, sir. Warp 9.6.
That's pushing our engines quite to the limit.
Yes.
Ensign Nuree, with a new type of sensor, would you like to scan again?
Captain, I've been able to bring the sensors up 75%.
Excellent. And as we increase we get closer to this object, perhaps we can unveil a little bit more about it.
I'll go and do the old kind of lean on the back of Ensign Nuree's chair and just kind of watching what she's doing and just kind of be like, "You got it. Focus up, kiddo." And use inspiration to add a die to the pool.
Yeah, your first check, though successful, you need to get closer and you're using a higher resolution scanner this time to do the same thing. So let's make another check. You're getting a command from your first officer to add a D20, right?
Yes.
Yep, this is one of your...
Inspiration focus.
So helping with the ship first, beating a 12.
12 for sensors, yeah.
I
Two
need to get
successes.
One more die.
Great. You're gonna help the ship, or you're gonna help?
I'm gonna. Oh, I'll help her. Sorry, you're right. Help.
So 3d20 now with your sensor check. Sensor, let's go reason. Does that sound right to you?
Reason?
Yeah.
Reason science?
Seems reasonable.
That'd be a 13.
You see, like the con's holding steady.
One success.
One success. You do detect an object that is about 400,000 kilometers into the singularity. Options for how to pull that out. You can engage some form of tractor beam to try and pull them out. What you'll need to do is figure out a way to cut through like the gravimetric interference of it. And while being able to tractor something while almost going to warp, it's going to be a tricky situation. Unless you have other options.
Can we try a lateral energy inverter?
Well, we could certainly try doing that. To what effect?
I'm looking to try. I'm thinking maybe if we come
Oh,
across.
I understand. You're trying to boost their engines so they can come to us.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, it just
Power transfer
generate
like that?
their power, and maybe help them derive some of that power out of the gravimetric field that's likely draining their shields and otherwise.
Interesting. How close would we have to get to the singularity?
Relatively close. I'd have to activate our antimatter sensor coil, and we'd have to go in the rotation of the event horizon.
Very well. Get us in position.
Aye, sir.
Get ready to engage tractor beam. Tactical.
Yes, sir.
Engineer, continue to scan for any sort of distortions that come up. Commander,
Yes, Captain.
lead it.
All right, everybody at their action stations. We're dropping out of warp in T-minus 15 seconds. Everybody ready? Engineering, let me know if anything changes. We're about to come out into a gravimetric field. Be ready for dramatic warp changes.
Sir, I advise shields up.
Shields up at full, please.
Shields are full.
Ready to drop out of warp, sir.
At your command, Lieutenant Commander, and I'll take my seat.
3, 2, 1.
As we do this, I'm going to explain a little bit more about our threat and
Bless you.
momentum generation over here. So, when we start the game, immediately I get 2 threat per player that we are playing with. So this jumps to 8.
Rude.
If you at home want to influence our game on Twitch, you can spend some biddies and add some threat to this pool. And continue to increase this to infinity!
What?
Conversely, if you love our players and you want to help them out, giving them momentum, you can also spend biddies for that, and this will allow you to increase the pool by 1 to a maximum of 6. So players are able to, unfortunately they get capped at 6, but it forces you to kind of use your momentum. Every time we change scenes, you're going to drop a momentum starting now. So whenever we encounter a problem, you can use up your momentum and gain additional die to roll. For your d20s that we are rolling, you can have up to a maximum of 5 in combination from the way that your crew helps you in addition to momentum spends. 1 spend of momentum gets you 1 die, 3 gets you 2, and 6 gets you 3 extra d20s to roll. There are additional ways to use up your momentum and additional ways for me to use threat, which we'll go over a little later. Now, enacting this, I'd like a con check to maintain proper positioning.
Is there a difficulty?
A difficulty, yes.
Yes.
The difficulty will be set at 2.
2, okay. Con check with the ship first.
Ship first to see if the ship helps.
And it is con plus 2. Engines and con. I knew that. Thank you. 2 successes.
2 successes is great. You are able to maintain your position at the moment. Engage the tractor beam.
Engaging tractor beam.
Holding position, sir.
Am I rolling for this? And I'm rolling again.
So I believe the tractor beam on your ship is a strength of 2.
Okay.
So you can add that to your engineering, but in your case, I'll let you add tactical, which it makes more sense for our tactical officer, which is security.
Security. But engineering is better.
Use engineering then. That makes sense.
So it was 2 for the tractor beam and then this. Okay.
And add that. You're getting help from your con, so you can increase that by 1.
One more die.
1, 2.
One more. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So it is a 7.
Yep.
2 successes.
2 successes. You lock on, thanks to the excellent positioning by Lieutenant Commander Nostrom. As Ensign Ava, you engage the tractor beam and you feel it locking on. You're cutting through these gravimetric distortions, but I need a check from sensors to see if you can adjust the amplitude.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
Two successes.
2 successes. So because the difficulty, which I didn't mention, but it is 1, whenever you get above the threshold, you get more momentum.
Yes.
You've also had 2 redemptions from chat for momentum, so
Yes.
feel free to use it. We've got 3 left. At this point, you can activate and get extra dice if you need.
Okay.
But you do cut through, and you grab onto the ship that you see on your sensors. You feel your whole ship shake and rattle as reports.
Yeller!
Shields holding, sir. We have a gravitational pull.
As you check your stations, you see that you're being pulled deeper into the singularity as you are attached to their ship. You activate your pulse to transfer energy over to them, and you see that the transfer is successful. It is, they should be engaging their engines, but they're not moving.
Give me Conn. I need to speak to them. Can you hear me? This is USS Binary. Are you in trouble?
You open up your hailing frequencies and say that, and the captain also says, yes, we've received your distress call, and we are attempting to pull you out of the singularity. We need you to cut your engines and divert power.
What?
They are trying to pull the other way, it seems. You are getting pulled in deeper.
So we're ripping each other apart, essentially.
Disengage the tractor beam.
Disengaging.
Move us to a safe distance immediately.
Aye, sir. Safe distance. Mark 456. Mark 5.
You pull yourself out of the edge of the singularity.
Cancel yellow alert.
Well, that didn't go as expected.
I don't like this.
Run a full systems diagnostic. Engineering, where's my power? The rest of you, we need other options. If we can't pull them out that way, this Federation ship is going to be trapped in there.
We can use the antimatter sensor coil to understand more of its gravitational pull.
Right. Perhaps there's a way that we can determine their energy status based on the success of our transfer while we have the tractor beam connected. Why don't you do a diagnosis on that tractor beam? And engineering, Commander Wrester here, we need a full top to bottom diagnosis on the type of energy we encountered when we started that drag.
You hear out from engineering? Yes, sir. Lieutenant Dixon reporting. It appears that the energy was drained away.
All the energy? Our energy?
No, all the energy we shot to transfer to the ship was just vanished.
Smasher.
Sir, in my over 50 years of service to Starfleet, I've never seen anything like it.
All right, well, stay on, Dixon. Make sure we don't lose any more power to this thing, and we're gonna need you on the ready, very soon.
Yes, Commander.
It's almost like it's a black hole or something.
Well,
Yeah, you're correct, Lieutenant Commander. It is a Type 4
I'm sorry.
quantum
I'm
singularity.
getting many emotions on the bridge here, sir. Sorry.
You might want to cool down about that.
I can't help it. An
Too
impact.
bad.
any luck? Ensign Ava? Ensign Nuree? Anything that you can think of? Maybe our sensors are capable of something that we haven't thought of yet.
I've got the sensors up 75% in effectivity, but I do need to look at the reaction equalizer. It might be able to help us. I just need more information first.
Certainly. Would you like to spend a point of momentum to obtain information?
I would.
All right. As you are attempting to get more information from your sensors, you see that your ship is on a return course to the Singularity. As the information becomes clear to you that Conn has changed directions towards Singularity once again.
Mr. Nostrom, are we moving towards that?
Aye, sir. We're pulling apart too. I'm trying every engine aft. Going bow.
Conn, engage warp engines. Maximum warp away from this thing.
Not working, sir.
We can redirect power from the tractor beam.
As you turn to go to warp, though, you do indeed begin to move away from the Singularity. You get hundreds of thousands of kilometers away when suddenly your sensors reset and take you back, almost as if you're moving in a circle.
I feel like I've done this before. Hang on. We need to press forward. We need to walk towards them. Behind them, tractor beam, and then warp out.
You're suggesting we enter the gravimetric field?
Yes, sir.
Ensign Nuree, what would happen to the Binary if we went inside of that field?
Calculating from everything I've gathered so far, it would mean the complete end of all existence on this ship, sir.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
We got 80 crew people that might disagree with your plan, Lieutenant Commander. What makes you so certain that this might work?
Well, if we transfer energy from the tractor beam to the shields to increase the shields and warp behind them, and then as we're behind them, we can use our momentum to pull them with us. As we warp, we can activate our tractor beam.
But as you pointed out, it's a black hole. Momentum don't mean much darn toot nothing inside there.
But when you're warping, you move extremely fast, faster than you can with the event horizon.
Are you suggesting a
outpipe.
slingshot maneuver?
Yes, sir, I am.
At beyond 9.6. If we were traveling at 9.7...
Though I believe the hull could take it, sir.
Security, give me a report on how we can support our hull and our structure. Science, why don't you give me a quick breakdown on what you think we can do to boost our warp nacelles and output to 9.7. Lieutenant Commander, why don't you punch in those coordinates and share them with all the departments? Thank you.
Ensigns, are we having another outside problem?
This is an outside problem.
Yes, that's true.
I can divert all power from our weapons, minus this one. Just in case.
Very well, Ensign Ava. You may continue to power that one torpedo tube.
We're gonna have trouble though keeping our shields at full while we got that tractor beam out.
So I divert the weapons power to the shields so that I can still use the tractor beam.
Right.
And at the very last second, use the tractor beam, and then we warp. 9.8.
Copy that, sir.
Okay, 9.8. Lieutenant Dixon, great work. We're going to be punching it up to about 9.7, 9.8 if we can. So let's kick the tires and light the fires.
Sir, Commander, I believe you are unfamiliar with the refit of this vessel, since going at that velocity could fracture the dilithium crystals.
Well, you know what will also fracture that? The center of a black hole. And I'm not about ready to leave our Federation brethren behind inside of that. So why don't you just go ahead
And
do
so,
what
may
you
I ask
asked.
for how that transfer request to the Bellerophon is progressing, sir?
I will, I would like to honor one of my values, like it or not, people will do what I say. Well, I'll just talk to my father, Admiral Shen Wrester, about that transfer right away. In the meantime, why don't we try and save Starfleet lives, Lieutenant Dixon?
Yes, Commander. Say hello to your father for me. Thank you, Commander. And you see, like, the power transfers that you've requested are going through. We're going to attempt an incredibly dangerous maneuver now.
Aye, sir.
As Conn, you will be taking the brunt of this check.
I see.
It is a difficulty 4.
Okay.
Spend that momentum.
And I'm going to spend some threat and increase this
Your threat.
complication range by 2.
Okay.
That means on an 18, a 19, or a 20 rolled, you will incur some form of complication.
Yes. Okay. Whew. It's getting hot in here.
How would you like to assist our con officer in this regard?
Bardic inspiration.
You like send like a little message like through the terminal. And
Yeah.
You got this.
Your console pops up like a little picture of Rue from the holodeck.
Kalos senses, that there's like a sense of humor going on.
Yes. I have a wonderful sense of humor.
Says the Vulcan, raised on Earth.
I don't get it. Is he making fun of me? Thank you.
Tactical, you've transferred all your power away from your weapons, but is there perhaps something else you can do?
I'm looking into it.
That's all right.
Weapons?
Keep that trusty torpedo ready.
Oh, it's ready. Always.
Mechanically, I will, I'll use my, call to action, in order for Ensign Ava to ready the minor action aim for the tractor beam, to assist in that. And I'd like to use, my action, to create an advantage. Just by I'm going to message Lieutenant Dixon, just like a little maybe next time not to the bridge, just period, so that I know that my engineering team is working at 200%.
Very well. This will decrease the difficulty of this task to 3.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, wow. So we've had some more redemptions. All the threat that I spent is now come back to me. But you also get some more momentum.
Momentum.
You feel the ebb and flow of energy, like as the episode progresses, things get more intense.
Go to commercial break and come back to like a dramatic recap. All right, we're moving in at 9.7. You're ready on the tractor beam. And Nuree, do you have anything to add before we attempt this shot in the dark?
I am. I'm using the distortion to relate to our reaction equalizer. And I feel like I can bring it up to enough that we will make the warp speed that we need to.
Perfectly timed execution. I like that. I think we're about ready, Captain.
Let's do this.
Right, very well. Red alert.
Aye, sir.
You have the con.
I will use a momentum. I will use a determination to add another die to the pool.
You should use all three.
Yeah.
All 3 momentums
Use it.
and a determination. Here I go.
Best chance of escape.
And I won't use the ship. I will use my control and my con. Since this is
Oh, the ship will help you though.
the ship does help me.
The ship will help you.
Well, it just adds a complication, but we can't.
Because you just roll, because
Yeah.
it's if you roll 2 dice for the ship to see if it helps you, and then it
those
adds.
2. But
Yeah.
if I
Yeah,
can
so if the ship
use
helps you, it will
2,
give
it's a
you...
much better chance.
No, but you roll the ship 2 for the ship first.
Yes, 2 for the ship.
If it is successful, you get 1 to your total.
Ah, yes. Okay. So rolling for the ship.
I feel confident. Well, you.
Got this.
A critical success and a success.
3 successes. Yes. That's one more then is needed. You do help, so you get 1 more momentum back.
Perfect.
And you increase your check now by 1. You may make your roll with 5d20s.
And then with that, don't I get to also turn down the difficulty rating?
You can spend this to make it a check of 2
Yeah.
instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
And here I go. La di da. Da 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 da. And this will be with mine, right?
I'm sensing
And then
cocky.
+1, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
What does this look like as you take the ship into the singularity to slingshot out with this thing in tow?
I mean, it's super badass. And so what happens is you go in at such a fast pace, and then kind of does a slingshot around, but you see the hole vibrating and getting faster, and all the molecules are increasing, and everyone is freaking out, and I'm starting to freak out because I'm feeling everyone's emotions. But then, at the very last second, we have Ensign Nuree to activate the tractor beam. And as that happens, we lower the shields real quickly, spontaneously, but as we're going, the tractor beam increases and we push the other ship out of the event horizon.
And use your momentum to continue on. Excellent. This is a great time for me to spend 8 threat.
Oh, jeez.
As you perform this maneuver,
Need a drink?
perfectly executed, you go to use this as the focal point, the ship sticking out, to push it out and give you something to switch your momentum around to give you escape velocity. And as you lock on to the ship there, your tractor beam doesn't lock on to anything.
What?
As you have no point to pull yourself out and slingshot out of the gravimetric distortion, you get pulled in.
Bollocks.
And as you deal with the perils of getting sucked into a black hole, we're going to take this as a quick early break.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. I tried.
Welcome back, Questliners, to Star Trek Binary. With our lovely crew here. We're in a bit of a pickle. We want to engage our tractor beam and a daring, wonderful maneuver, controlled, maneuver to latch onto a ship in distress turned into getting us stuck in a bit of a black hole. Before we go too far, though, I would also like to thank our wonderful DJs and sound folks. We've got DJ Murdoch, who made all the mixes for this. We have Dylan, who composed our theme song. And we've got Casey helping out in the booth today.
Woo!
Casey had a rough day, but it's okay now.
Casey's doing great.
Wow.
I'd also like... Save the spiciness for rude. Fogthorn.
We are alive.
Black hole does weird stuff.
The black hole does all sorts of
Singularity.
weird garbage things. Also, thank you for everyone that has redeemed biddies so far. Remember, you can spend 100 bits and gain either 1 point of threat to make the scene more dangerous, or 1 point of momentum to give our lovely players an advantage of some sort. Remember, they can bank up to 6, and then they need to spend them, or they can't get more. All right. With that being said, let's jump back into our red alert as we are being pulled deeper into this gravimetric distortion. It's a Nuree. What's going on?
Forward, back.
No, okay. So
No.
Left, left,
Right.
Left, right, back,
Forward,
left.
left.
all right. We got that down pat now.
Flight transient grid holding, sir.
Great work. Why didn't it work? It felt like you did an awesome job. I'd call that drifting.
That was a solid space drift, sir, I do admit.
But what went wrong? Talk to me, people. We need solutions.
Well, although the space drift did slap, it wasn't helping us at all. So I suggest a field dampener.
Might I suggest
Ensign, no holographic equipment on the bridge. I know we have the emergency holographic panels here for the doctor, but please.
Well, it's just good to know that working through that stuff in Dungeons and Dragons is working.
One moment.
Scanning singularity movements.
I know it hasn't been 7 years yet.
Might I suggest we try to figure out what that transmission was? Maybe it's giving us a clue to how to deal with this.
Right. And why they were somehow phasic, we weren't able to grab onto them with the tractor beam. It seemed like they just weren't there at all.
Would you like to spend some momentum to gain that information?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'm focused
Obtain
on
information?
the transmission and like how to like figure it out now that we're inside.
As you are inside the distortion now, you give directives out in tandem with the captain, and your sensors pick up that you indeed are in a much deeper temporal distortion than normal. This Type 4 quantum singularity was pushing out like chronicon particles and these temporal distortion waves that were emanating from this point. And what this information gets you is that you are seeing a temporal reflection in the singularity.
Oh shit! So,
As you adjust your
shit.
sensors, you are able to cut through the interference and play the final version of this transmission. This is Captain Corryn Sparrow of the USS Binary. We received your distress signal and are attempting to pull you out of the singularity. Well, there's egg on my face.
Interesting.
That's me.
That is.
Sir,
That is.
is there two of you?
No.
Right.
As the sensors were telling us, the temporal distortions were placing our reflection out of sync with time.
Right, different time flux. This is very common in a singularity.
Do you remember your temporal mechanics course?
I'm still.
Yes. I remember very vividly everything about that course.
Thank you, sir.
use composure.
Oh. Thank you.
Well, perhaps for our tactical officer, we could explain the situation. No, Lieutenant Commander, there are not two of us. Picture yourself at the bottom of a pond.
Evil twin situation, Captain?
No
Mirrorverse.
twin of us.
I've heard of this.
If you look up, you see a frozen surface. You'd think someone is trying to get you out of the pond. That was us looking down. We saw ourselves and put ourselves in jeopardy.
Like a reflection.
What?
Sometimes in temporal mechanics, effect can precede cause.
All right. So we'll just all think real hard that we're already out.
Are we
So
having
Thinking.
some kind of existential crisis, Captain?
We need to find a way out of this. As we've experienced before with our warp field, we attempted to go away from the singularity and we came back to the point. And now we need to find a way out. The reason we are returning to that point is we aren't following our original path out.
Is there any way that we can communicate with us and use both of our momentum to exit the singularity? It's like both of our ships as one.
Lieutenant Commander, there is no other us. There is no other momentum to gain.
This is
Mind
so
blown.
confusing.
As you get confused, I'm just gonna add another stretch.
Oh, no.
That's fair. No.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna spend 12 to 17 minutes disassociating.
But just like looking busy. Right, well, we need options for escaping from this gravity well. Engaging the warp engines only allows us to go in a circle. We need to find a way to calibrate our sensors in another way.
I've gathered my senses, Captain. Apologize for being unprofessional.
I still
That's a problem, Ensign. Remember, you are a bridge officer. You are qualified.
We've got this. Thank you, Captain. I'm gonna do some digging into our sensors and find out what kind of molecular induction I could do to improve our situation.
Very well.
Well, with the original message was able to somewhat pass through. And we had trouble like discerning that kind of energy wavelength. Now, is there any way we could modify some kind of energy source aboard? Maybe eject that and
Might
effectively
I
like ride
suggest
a
a quantum torpedo?
Oh my
What about a science
god.
Scipedo.
another science paper. Goddamn
Scipedo,
piece.
sir?
All right.
We put
Sir.
science in the torpedo.
Would you like a science pedo?
I
they're
understand
kinda
now how
already
the Cardassians were defeated.
Why does everyone keep saying science pedo?
I think that's what we're about to build, Lieutenant Commander.
I think it could possibly work, sir.
With her says she'll do the scans and figure out what it is that we're working against. We put that into the torpedo and then fired the torpedo and tried to
Ride the wave
ride
out.
the wave.
Yes.
And wherever the explosion is, sir, I could go right in front of it and use it.
I see what you're saying. You want to saturate the singularity with a type of particle that we can track.
Yeah, it's
Yes!
it would create a certain
Particles.
vacuum that would stop that gravitational pull momentarily, would give us enough momentum.
And would spurt out.
I'd say first, though, we need to calibrate the sensors enough to determine which direction is out and which direction is more in.
That's
Calibrate the sensors.
Perhaps bringing a graviton emitter online so that we can estimate how much gravitational forces there are between us and what we emit that beam towards.
Why not, Captain? Let's do it.
Do we have any power left in the tractor emitter, and can we take it offline?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Transfer power to those sensors and initiate the beam.
Transferring.
Sensors are at 89%, sir.
Go ahead and make a sensing check. You can use the ship to get
12.
the advantage. You need 2 successes to get the advantage. Otherwise, you need 2 successes to make this work.
1 success.
Might I suggest some momentum?
Let me keep working on it.
I would like to use a talent to advise, to assist another character with my command discipline.
Yeah, you like swing around in your chair to the science section station. What do you say to them?
Perhaps if you phased the integrity device, you could increase the amount of energy transferred from the other.
That is an excellent idea, but also if you mind your own business at work, that would be favorable.
Does that add
Spicy.
a die or is it a reroll?
It adds another die.
So roll 1 more d20, see if you get an
I get to re-roll 1d20.
Oh, you get to
Okay.
reroll, so
Yeah.
reroll the failure.
What is
re-roll
the
the
difficulty?
2, you need this to be successful.
Okay.
Success.
You need to roll 2 though, right?
Why?
No, because
Already-
you
One.
keep the success and
Oh,
then
I
you
see.
re-
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Being assisted is just re-roll 1d20.
Success. So with that was your check or was that the ship's check?
That was the
Shit.
So the ship helps you and increases your ability by 1. Go ahead and roll 2 more d20. See, this is using your sensors and probably reason, but if you have a better suggestion, let me know.
I don't. But
Which ones are you using?
I mean,
But the same.
that's great.
I like it.
2 successes.
Heck yeah. Okay. You are able to emit the beam in the correct direction. You now know how where the source of the gravitational forces are, and using that to extrapolate, you can figure out where they weaken, and that should allow you to get out.
And with that being said, I can also plot a course.
As you go to plot a course, you hear from engineering. This is Lieutenant Dixon. Well, sirs, we are running out of power. It seems that the singularity is indeed. Remember when we tried the transfer before and I said I'd never seen it before? Well, that's happening to our warp core right now.
Shit.
Is there a way to receive the power transfer?
I'm afraid so. We transmitted it into the singularity. It is that power is lost. I estimate that we don't have very long to get out of here. And limited attempts.
Let's just do full power shields. Can we knock ourselves out of here?
I still think using
quantum
that quantum torpedo.
I mean, I know you're itching to use that.
Let me use this.
With the help from the science section, you make it a science pedo. And
Yes.
Indeed. Take your shot and have it detonate outside the ship to saturate the area with particles.
Right. Okay, so first rolling for the ship to see if it assists me, or am I just rolling for the torpedo?
Yep. Ship will help you.
And using weapons, correct?
Yep. And security.
Weapons and security.
Sam, can we use crew support on this? Because we have like a science contingent.
You could.
Like use like 4 crew support on this.
How would you like to increase? How would you like to create an advantage?
I'll say with the science deck, we have over 11 science labs and 55 science personnel. Everybody just like full on braining this science pedo, and it's just like one after another, like people like
Brain
moving
it.
through.
Brain it.
I would like to reduce the difficulty.
Okay. You reduce the difficulty by 1. Making this check a difficulty 1 check.
Okay, I'm gonna check for the ship. I'm gonna use
See how the ship
something
helps
else
you?
for yeah. 1 success.
The ship.
So I get
In this instance, the ship would not help you. You need 2 successes.
for that. Okay. And then I would use my. I mean, daring and security is pretty daring.
It's a pretty daring science pedo move.
Saying.
I want
with you.
to rush in and help as well.
So
Okay, I'm gonna say that this is a difficulty 2 check.
okay. I would also like to use a momentum to grab another die.
Okay. I am going to spend some threat
Rude.
and
Mean.
increase the chance of complication by 1. So now it is 19 or 20.
Okay.
Commander Nuree, why don't you turn on that advanced sensor suite and try and help us with that, because it can reduce the difficulty by 1.
For sensing. This is for shooting a torpedo.
But also, I asked you not to call me commander at work.
Rude. She did say that.
I wasn't there for that.
Okay. Difficulty of
Somebody
1.
please assume station.
I just want to fire my
torpedoes.
torpedo. It's a scipedo. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Difficulty of
Sense.
1.
Difficulty of 1.
Torpedo. Get it?
2 successes and a critical fail.
Okay, so this is going to be a
Nurse.
success at cost. You do gain a momentum because you got 2, and it was a difficulty 1 thanks to the help of the crew. All pitching in, you know, like jumping into like the torpedo tube section.
Too excited with my torpedo.
As you do.
As one does.
Oof.
So as the torpedo fires out to saturate this area, the timing detonator on it is a little short, and as a result, blows up a little closer to the ship than you would have liked, generating exotic radiation that is now swimming around the ship.
So, it is detonated.
Oops.
And is on us.
It's in what does oops mean?
And swimming around.
May have detonated a little early. There is some radiation
That happens.
on us.
Radiation.
Yeah.
Right. Well, computer, activate the EMH Mark III in our sick bay.
Ready, sick.
That's ready sick bay in case of any sort of weird radiation garbage. Yes. Commander, now that we are able to see clearly out there, perhaps a new scan so that we can find a way out of here?
Yes, let's make sure that we can get clear of this. Why don't you give that a try, Ensign Nuree?
So another sensor scan?
Yes, Commander.
Let's try them advanced sensors. Or high resolution sensors. That's something the ship's got.
That is.
All right then.
So then with that, because our sensors are 12, but if we're using high resolution.
It's going to decrease the difficulty.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3 for this.
So
Three.
2, and you're gonna roll for the ship for 12 first.
Yeah. 1 success.
The ship can't help you, but you
Shit.
can help yourself.
As I do.
Remember, this is difficulty 2 that you are rolling on your sensor check. Would you like to spend some momentum?
I would.
So there's multiple ways you can spend momentum. You can spend momentum to add die to your thing, or if you tell me that this is your focus, you can then increase your crit range from 1 to whatever your number is in that discipline, public science.
And I could program the computer
I would say focus.
to advanced sensor suites.
So that it
Yep.
increases my science.
So
You've
that
got
means
3 momentum,
we're
so if you spend it all, you can add a die as well.
Knew it.
Okay.
You'll get a +1 from using high resolution sensors. If you're successful. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go.
Die down.
It's gone. New one!
You die.
No one saw that.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So her crit success is 1 to 4.
Yes.
Oh.
Nope.
No,
See, we've been
No
into the
successes?
same thing.
Nothing.
Nope. But look, it's shiny.
It's very shiny.
Is that,
This is
wait,
my
what
Talon
was
backup
your-
plan. When we fail, we get 1 momentum.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
I was using science and insight.
so what was the number?
15.
So you did the exact same.
Exact same thing you did.
All right.
Successes and a critical fail. Woo!
Oh,
We were into the same stuff at the tavern back there.
so you did succeed.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
Barely.
Okay, so you've got 2 successes and 1 super interesting. Okay, so you don't need backup plan.
Okay.
We.
Wow.
So as you begin to sense out, you see like the radiation is beginning to interfere with the sensors. That's what's making it so difficult. However, you find a way to cut through it, and you find that at the edge of this you do find the edge of this anomaly. According to your data, you currently don't have quite enough power to get there, and in addition to that, the crack that you made when you entered into here is closing rapidly.
My crack is rapidly closing.
Sir.
Sir. Copy that.
Well, that's not good news at all.
It's
We need a way
really
to
not.
generate more power. Options. And don't tell me take the holodecks offline. We know that power source is not compatible. And it would corrupt all of our safe data, and I want to go back to that game later.
Only if we do with the plan this time. Same.
We can transfer from our weapons, our
Yes.
phasers.
We've already done
We've
that.
lost all of our...
We lost all.
Except for the one...
That's what it says here,
Fired
too.
already? Oh, no, that's a different tube.
Tis.
So we have 1 torpedo tube left. We all know how Ensign Ava feels about that, though.
But if I'm not gonna be here to use it, guess this one time, I would like to fire torpedoes again at another time.
I believe this is challenging your values enough.
This is hard.
Choose your battles.
Yes.
You have a talent, right, for weapons that allows you to add an extra Starfleet arrowhead.
The untapped potential.
For the moment, I am going to tap your potential and give you a determination since you're turning off your last torpedo tube.
Okay, and then I can use this.
It sounds funny to you at home, but she lost her family.
I did.
It's still funny.
There's that Vulcan sense of humor.
Okay.
So, with that said, a little bit of power has now increased. More than you thought.
Can I spend that determination to use the make it so to create an advantage for the rest of the scene?
Absolutely.
Nice.
I personally, I'd say like the amount of power that you put to this one torpedo tube was a little excessive, and this is going to help you get to where the crack is in the anomaly for you to get out. But you're going to need to come up with a way to widen the crack.
It's not just me, right?
I saw you on the edge of that.
Is everyone in the chat like losing their minds right now? Because I would be out.
I heard a
fast
scoff.
enough.
I heard a scoff.
All right,
I'll use my
Well-
focus, Terran double.
and penetrate that crack.
Good.
Okay, sorry.
I'll work my way through with an evasive action.
Okay. Great idea, though. That can help.
You thought you were watching Star Trek? No, you've been watching Galaxy Quest.
What?
Grabthar's hammer.
What?
Good lord.
What a savings.
Come.
Come.
All right. Well, it's all well and good.
This is what happens every time we initiate a red alert on this bridge.
Yeah, can we take that to yellow? It's starting to get on me.
Very well, Commander.
Thank you.
Oh,
All
I
right.
find it focuses me in a way I've never.
Oh, we can all relax.
Well, we need a minute. All right. Perhaps we're thinking about this in all manner of the wrong ways. So we know that radio waves have escaped it, and that we came in here at warp. What was our exact reading, Lieutenant Commander?
9.8, sir.
Impressive. Good work. Good work, Mr. Dixon. Perhaps if we use the reduced deflector emitter, we'll be able to push ourselves out off of the gravimetric force that's drawn us in. Like a slingshot maneuver you had recommended earlier, but using our own anti-gravity field to slingshot ourselves around. Instead of going straight out that hole, we could build up that momentum this way, and that way, at the last minute, we can buy just a little bit of power for the shields and invert that field to force our way through the hole.
Yes, sir, I believe that would work. And with our new readings that we understand that that is no longer another ship, but indeed us, we would be able to maneuver such a position.
My concern, Commander, is that our shields will not hold as we are forced through the gravitational eddies at the edge of this anomaly.
Suggestions?
Commander, I think there's a way we can use our gradient catalyst to buff our sensors and widen that crack.
So you want to emit it from the nose of the ship before we get there?
yeah, I think that's what.
And then we
she's
can
saying.
go-
This is what she's saying. Yes.
Then we can go right through it.
Just
Right. And
down the middle.
basically no shield at all. I did it.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been y'all first, but
There you go. There's you across. All right.
you know, bugging all y'all for the whole thing.
Well,
I don't know, Kat. What do you
I'm
think?
not sure that we
you
can
know the rules
widen a
better
crack
than
by
us.
just looking at it.
That's
Sensors
so
are
true.
Okay.
great, but
It can't be done. Many have
forcing our way
tried.
through seems to be an option. I am just concerned that our shields will not hold. And we all know how famous our structural integrity field is.
If it is not that long for us to go through, might I suggest we divert power from life support?
I won't risk the crew's life on such a gamble.
You know
I'd
how I
rather
hate
take
the
a structural
cold,
hit.
If we're going
Put on a
through at a
jacket.
speed,
What if we don't? What if we aren't
Oh
able
my
to
God.
turn it back on after Ensign Ava?
Then we'll die in here anyways.
I don't. The answer is no.
If we're going
mean,
through at a certain speed, we won't need the shields. Everyone knows
We'll
that.
just rip the ship apart.
It won't rip apart.
What about our tractor beam? We managed to understand the gravimetric field well enough to operate it, although we tried to use it on ourselves.
Did we not already divert that? If we
No.
I feel like we
Okay.
did.
But can
I feel like we did.
Sir,
we did, but I'm
It's
trying to widen the hole before we attempt to go through.
I can divert that power, sir.
that's a great idea, sir.
Diverting power from the tractor beam.
Widen
Maybe
that
not. Maybe not a
hole.
tractor beam. Maybe we.
No.
Another type of beam.
A deflector.
And
A gravitronal deflector.
Graviton
Maybe we
will
could all use the
close
same
it. We need
jargon.
the
It
other
would
type.
make more sense.
It's my favorite beam.
Captain,
Now I feel bad.
let's use your favorite beam, Captain.
Using the captain's favorite beam.
What should we call it? Daddy's favorite.
The Sparrow beam?
Oh, that's very kind, but it's already been named. It's a Dekion beam.
Becky,
Oh, right.
at the tip of my tongue, you hear it all the time. It just seems to be so useful.
You're always testing us, sir. And I appreciate it.
Testing you, yes. I believe diverting power from the shuttlecraft, the Wave Rider, should be sufficient power for that.
Absolutely, sir.
Charge the emitter and fire.
Yes, sir.
We'll need a coordinated action. As soon as that beam fires, I need you to jump to warp.
Charting coordinates, sir.
Jump to warp.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. Like a tractor beam, fire a beam towards the ship, the opening to enlarge it.
Am I using weapons and security for this for the ship to help, or am I just firing? I'm using those.
Yeah, weapons, yeah. Weapons and security to see if the ship helps you, and then make your own shot.
One success.
One success.
What was the difficulty?
The difficulty was 2.
Boo.
Do you have any? Oh, you need a backup plan.
Yeah, I'll take a backup plan momentum.
Oh, God.
That gives you a momentum.
Good, because we didn't have
which
any,
you
and now you can.
spend to re-roll your failure.
Oh, yes. Yes. Nope.
Nope.
You look to engage your warp engines.
Aye.
The captain is going to spend their determination to make you roll one more time.
Oh, for the love.
Oh, am I wrong?
Roll to escape here.
Yes, success.
Success.
Whoo!
Captain, just so you, Zeneva, we took your torpedo offline for this. You need to make up for it now.
Okay.
And then
You emit a Dekion beam that is enough to open the crack just a little bit more. You shove a wedge in it.
Just get it.
As you fly through,
yes, sir, I do.
I'm going to spend a point of threat to add a complication to increase the complication range to 19 and 20.
Copy that.
How would you like to fly through?
Copy that, sir. How many momentum do we have? 1?
0.
0 momentum.
No.
I've been looking. Andrew's saying nope.
Oh God. I do have flight controller. What I can do is I can analyze and repair technology to give us a boost. I can use the Conn and engineering. Nope. I'm straight up just gonna roll for it. Here I go.
Let the ship help you first.
Yeah.
So,
Hiya! I have 1 success.
okay. The ship will give you 1 to help.
Boost! Yay!
Boost it.
Okay, and then
Not 1 extra die. It increases your rating by 1. So it's easier to achieve success.
right.
So roll 2d20 plus anything else you can add with your abilities.
And no one has anything for me. Not even chat. Okay. But I
A lot
need
of
to-
power has been diverted away from their stations. So
Yes. Okay, so it's
The
up to me.
captains used up their command abilities for the time being. So
Now, can I, because we started this with a determination, so I still have a determination
Yep.
left. And now it says for perfect opportunity, add a single d20 to your pool that has already rolled to get a success, but is that just for me or can I use it for somebody?
How are you using it? Like, just tell me how your determination in this moment is affecting your crewmate.
Or re-roll any d20, or is there another one? Just checking.
Did you use advanced senses suites? Oh.
Ah!
The console just explodes.
Ah!
Serve
Shut that down. Contain.
We've got to do this quickly.
That freaked me out.
So if you're using your determination to impose your will on Lieutenant Commander Nostrom, you can do this to you can like make a rousing speech. You can like throw your phaser at him, like get it done. Like, what does this look like in this moment? Did the prophets guide you to like help him somehow?
Yes. So I'm gonna say like a rousing speech that the prophets are. We know we can succeed at this. It has been foretold that we go on to many other things. I know you will succeed at this. You've got this.
Oh, wow. I feel inspired. Thank you. Oh.
Get it done.
Does that give me an extra $1?
Yes, it gives you so that you can re-roll any of your d20. So if you do fail, you can re-roll it.
Okay. Okay, here we go. 2 successes.
Yeah.
So as the Stechion beam enlarges the crack large enough for your the binary to fit through, you do a quick turn and fit through a closing gap as you just graze the last bit of your shields as you exit and into open space away from the anomaly.
Right through there.
Just
Smoothly.
Great flying.
nice flying.
Thank you, sir.
If only our work
into
were done
this, but-
here. Now, I need, let's set up a perimeter. Ensign, I need you to go and prep some torpedoes to rip out their
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely.
Please convert 5 of our photon
Okay.
into Type 4 probes in order to, we're going to lay them as warning buoys.
Very good, buoys.
Probes.
And GUIs.
Right.
4 probes.
Right. Probes away.
So to do this in so this will be a roll.
Okay.
To strip everything out of the torpedo. I'd say it's a control and probably security, but if you want to use science, tell me why.
I do not.
I didn't think so.
Can I lend
No.
Do it.
It's
assist,
bad.
action to lend my control and engineering? to this
Oh, yeah.
situation? 2 successes.
Yeah, you get help.
Okay. So I'm going. This is a 13. So with help, is that an extra die?
With
Or just one to my...
adds 1, yeah.
Okay. So 14.
14.
And what is the difficulty?
Difficulty is 1.
Okay.
You're not trying to shoot torpedoes. You're just trying to strip them out and make them into probes.
Torpedoes.
One
All the
success
time.
and a critical fail.
Okay.
This dice is in jail.
Which is so sad because
Buy it.
usually we love nat
Straight
20s
to
in
jail.
tabletops.
Canned.
Our dice are so confused. We've trained them for years to love the 20, and now it's like we get upset when they get a 20, and they're like, "What? What's going on here? What? I did what you."
My torpedoes are mad at me for taking them.
So many complications.
Straight to jail.
A complication. I'm going to. You know what? I'm going to save this complication for later, and convert it to threat.
I'm not sure,
Awesome.
Ensign, that the probe needs to also still explode later.
I just thought
Probe
It
isn't
might.
the point of the
Sure.
probe is to like stay transmitting. I get that you don't want anybody getting close and changing the message or nothing. So like an auto self-destruct makes sense, but in this instance, I just don't think it was the best move. We're too far along. We just gotta press on here. Captain's gonna kick up a fuss if we don't finish this in a hurry. I just want to say, really great job on the bridge today. Oh, couldn't have got out of there without you.
Thank you, sir.
Means a lot. Ow, fuck.
So you must disconnect the power before that.
Right, yeah, you know what? Why don't you take over? I'm gonna head to the bridge.
Oh, it would be my honor, sir.
Okay.
And make sure you tell your
Listen,
father
Dixon,
how...
you did a great job too. I'll let him know that without your quick thinking, we would have been in there for longer.
Thank you for the transfer, sir. I can't
I didn't
wait
say
to
I'd
get
do
to the
that.
fair.
As like the doors open and close.
Wow, he's really wound up.
Yeah, he gets like that.
I knew that. I knew that. Well, but don't you want to step this up someday? You
I'd
know
be
what
lying
I've been
if I
working
said
on?
no.
I've been working on this micro explosive, a tiny torpedo that fits in your pocket.
A mini torpedo?
Just put that in there.
Just gonna take
Or you just want to keep that?
for later. Can I just keep
You
that
don't
for
want
later?
to launch this? Okay,
Oh.
keep it for
No,
another
I
time.
think yeah. He said don't blow this up right now. That's fine. I'll listen right now, but I'll save this for later.
Oh,
Tuck that away.
that's torpedo in your pocket.
I'm just happy to see
You're
you.
not there.
You deploy the probes around the singularity in a fashion that anything that gets within 500,000 kilometers of this thing will be alerted to steer clear.
Long range scanned, so.
Well, that was
2874.
an eventful day. At the end of the shift, I would like all of you to report to the captain's mess. I think a crew dinner together would be in order for getting out of that harrowing situation.
We were our own enemies.
Indeed. Well,
And
until
now-
then, I'm going to be
not
in my
what
ready room for the next 5 hours. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
As time passes on the ship, you get yourselves ready to head to the captain's mess for dinner. You know that the captain is used to preparing very interesting meals. Usually they taste fantastic. And it is a rare and honored privilege to go there. Captain Wrester, you have dinner with the captain like once a week.
Right.
The rest of you have not. You've just heard about these dinners, and like this is your chance to kind of get to know your captain. So going around, I'd like to hear how you get ready, starting with Commander Rutherford.
Just go on, kind of change my uniform. You know, the slightly more like sometimes formal one with like the leather jacket or whatever. I'll kind of like prep that. I'll just Commander's log, secondary supplemental. So it turns out you can pick a bunch of spells, but I wasn't doing that, so I just, you know, note to self, next time make sure you pick your spells before you go in. I think I'm out of spell slots anyway. Damn it, warlocks. And I'll kind of like pour a drink. I'll have a little bit of like Arcosian ale, and you can only drink like a little bit. It's almost like you're just like breathing it in, but like it really like clogs your nasal cavity. So like the flavor of the like captain's dinners just like go down easy, and it's just like it was just like a pleasantry taught to me by my dad Tam, like who did a lot of diplomatic missions. And I'll just kind of like put that down, and I'll pour 4 more and just be like, why don't y'all?
You're
meet
in
me
your
outside?"
quarters before you.
Yeah. Meet you. Why don't y'all meet me out front? I got a little treat, a little secret for all y'all, and I'll just kind of like wrap it up and head out there and give everybody like a shot before we go in.
What do you look like?
Well, he's got his like hair pretty pumped up. It's like standing pretty high. Got the like goatee going on and the like leather jacket with the like uniform underneath.
Oh, interesting.
And still wearing the hiking boots as always.
Are we talking about like Picard's like weird
Yeah,
jacket
totally.
with like some suede?
Yeah. Sometimes he wore it.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Costumes chafing my nipples.
Kalos, how are you getting ready?
Back to the quarters, and sort of like a like a meditation because there was a lot of emotions that happened. It was very confusing. It was very impactful, and that would seem like that there was a possibility that Kalos could have gotten us killed. So it was very heavy on Kalos, and they were just needed to take a moment to regroup. And there's a sort of like a dampening field in their quarters to kind of block out a lot of the emotions so they can take a time to breathe. And they clean up, shower, redress into like a gray, loose, almost like the early 90s TNG where it's just like some people are like, oh my god, that's what they wore? Yeah, that's what they're wearing.
It's futuristic.
It's so futuristic.
Yeah, and when you are
Leftover drapes.
while you're like going through all that, your sonic shower, is it like a high frequency, or is it like low and slow?
It's a low, slow, and
slowly chipping off the like grime from the day.
yeah, sort of just cleansing and regrouping. But also there's a lot of anxiety that is coming in from inner, because it's just like, oh, I get to eat with the captain. This is the chance to become a higher rank and become something more. Not on the binary, of course, because there's another commander here.
Yeah, the it's like an Enterprise era, like way too long of a shower scene, and you're just like,
But somehow
this,
incredibly sexy.
Sensual.
Sensual.
where is the steam coming from? It's a sonic shower.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm
Fair
picking up,
point.
like mind pictures from other people, so it could be very
wow.
The two of you are getting ready. Whose quarters are you in? Are you going over to Nuree's, or is Nuree coming over to Ava?
I've got spring wine.
I'm coming.
So as you get ready for the dinner with the captain, tell us how you get ready.
Ava is not used to going to a fancy dinner to this, so I am going to ask Nuree if I could borrow something, because all I have is my uniform, and this is all I'm used to, and I don't know how to be at formal dinners. I'm not used to any of this. I'm used to a war-torn country. So, I will take a quick shower, and then shop through Nuree's closet to find something. Use it, but need your advice on what's too much. I don't want to be too much. I don't know. I'm a little panicked. I don't do these formal things very well.
I feel like I've taken this opportunity as Nuree to gain my social skills with my coworker and also look to my own goals. So Nuree would have definitely gone into the shower and completely exfoliated and shaved up everything. Mm-hmm. And then she would have gotten all dried off, and then she would have taken Ava through the closet and showed her some things that probably she wouldn't be comfortable wearing, but I feel like this is a great opportunity for us. So I've given her some of Dad Kyle's moonshine from Oregon.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're having a cultural moment.
Yes, because we know each other from the academy. So,
Yes.
But we're getting to know each other.
And then I just line up a few crystal small dishes and say, shots, 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 shots. And then we're
Let's
gonna
go.
do 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna talk her into this dress, which is so inappropriate.
I mean, if you
And I'm
is
gonna-
this what?
I'm gonna wear it in
Sure.
a different color. It's made of ribbons and it's way off the shoulder, but it's got all these
I
little
mean,
fun
if you're doing it
pockets.
too, I feel like, okay, I can do this.
Trust me, this is a great idea.
Okay. Okay. If you say
Alright,
so.
So I'm gonna do our makeup and our hair.
This moonshine
and-
is lovely.
Wait, one more.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is a great idea.
This is great.
I just gotta write in my journal for a second.
Okay.
Okay, so
I just love the idea that there's just suddenly a Bajoran with the Vulcan eyebrows.
On my makeup.
I feel like I would have known how to do Bajoran eyebrows.
Right.
I hope he notices me tonight.
Oh.
Okay, so we
We're
look
gonna
amazing.
talk more about that
We
later.
look amazing.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh, what color are these? So red and blue?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a dark aqua blue, double-sided satin ribbon, like all stitched together, all couture. Yeah.
Ew.
I got a crimson red one on.
Nice.
Do you have hats?
Do you wear wigs?
What?
I don't think so.
No,
Hats?
no.
Not even like little tiny ones?
Like a
That felt
tiny
like too
hat?
much.
No, that's for brunch. We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, don't be silly.
I'm gonna spend a thread and it's brunch.
So I feel like we're feeling good and super relaxed and
Yeah.
like we're ready to like try to socialize with the higher ups.
You meet Commander Wrester and Lieutenant Commander Nostrom in front of, or where he summoned you.
We're like right outside of the captain's quarters. Like, trust me, you're all gonna want to take a drink of this. It just kind of cleanses your palate, like kind of all night. Good captain, terrible cook.
Understood, sir.
Trust
Here we
me.
go. Cheers.
Cheers. Great work today, everybody.
Cheers.
Good job, everyone. Oh.
Ugh.
Bleh.
It tastes bad for a second, then it's gone. Right?
It's disgusting.
And I'm just kind of
Okay,
like,
okay.
I'll just like I'll look around and just like put the bottle down. Like, computer, teleport that to
Deep space.
to the deep space. Yeah.
Just right out there. Woo!
Recycle it. I'm just kidding.
To the void.
I'll open the captain's door and like after you.
Wait, you just opened the captain's door?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
sealed by
what?
security.
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah.
Got the code.
Enter!
It usually says code.
We've had a trying day, Commander.
After you. Oh, yeah. Just head in. And I'll be like, Ensign Ava, very bold choice. I like it.
Thank you, sir.
First officer's dinner as like the door closes. My God.
You see that the captain is in full dress uniform, and is looking. Oh, wonderful! I didn't realize we were all going to be so expressive today. You enjoy yourselves for a moment. I'm just going to go over here. Here are the appetizers, and at the push of a button, a extravagant spread like appears on the table. You see all sorts of like finger foods from different cultures. You see like bullion eggs. You see specialties from Vulcan that are very bland and to your liking. There are also some interesting Earth delicacies and something known as bannock. As you begin to partake, the captain goes off, probably to change.
Still not quite.
I'll like put on some music that's like a little.
Yeah, it's very like. And
Yeah, I'll
like,
put on something a little bit more up tempo, like trying to be like the kids
Speed.
think it's cool. I mean, we all went to school together. That's weird. And I like press the button and just kind of like.
Kalos is feeling the like anticipation and emotion and like sort of gets into the groove.
Anyone else dancing with the lieutenant commander?
Gonna be dancing while I'm like picking the finger foods, just like eating.
Yeah, like a little
Along
chair dancing. Like
Yeah.
it's not quite there yet, but it will.
We'll get there. I mean, the moonshine's working.
So, with the drink that you've offered everyone, it is blocking their olfactory receptors.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to spend the point of threat now.
You would.
You would.
As you are enjoying these finger foods, Nuree, you notice first that they all taste like they were made on Vulcan. They taste like very little, like memories of food.
That's weird.
It's very odd indeed. Like you're looking at
Guys.
these, like some of these dishes are incredibly pungent, and just
It's nothing.
like
Wait. What's going on here?
Long COVID.
Still around.
Deep cut.
Even in the future, it's still too soon.
It's a good joke, but can you not?
2320, 2319.
You see the captain returns in a ravishing dress. Very couture, like one like piece that just comes up in like a flame on the one side, gilded tips. You can see like they've got like several layers of petticoat underneath. Their hair has been styled. How it got that long, replicated for sure, but whatever.
No one wants to talk about it.
In the fashion of like a potential holder of the Rings of Rix, like Luoxana Troy, an ambassador to the Federation. Like a beehive, basically, on their head.
Ooh.
Well, what does everyone think?
Luke's.
Tastes great, as always. I think it's time to celebrate a little bit.
And I think your outfit is absolutely amazing.
Yes, some of these are unique spices that grow in the cold of Andoria. They can only be experienced for the first time once. It's said to have some sort of chilling effect. Do you feel the tingling on your tongue?
It won't stop.
I haven't tried it yet. Let me give it a go.
Nothing.
Yeah, like, I can't get enough of these.
Ooh.
I'm not actually eating them, I'm just throwing them over my shoulder.
And the Bolian eggs, you know, they need over 14 hours to cook.
I know. Masterpiece. Excellent menu, Captain.
Well, I'm glad you were enjoying the first course. Beverages, would anyone like something to drink? I
Yes,
see no one's
Yes,
gone over
please.
to-
Yes,
Absolutely.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
Whiskey dry double, as always.
You see the whir of the replicator. Brings it the drink.
I as well. Thank you.
Commander Wrester, it seems your influence is growing.
Hand you a glass. And I'll just like talk like way too much about like how the whiskey is made, and kind of like you just wanted a fucking glass of whiskey.
And just
I'm just gonna be like, and before you drink, like I just and it's double barrel. Like you really gotta get that aroma to really appreciate it.
oh yeah, sorry, I was in a
Oh,
daze.
cheers!
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
I feel like I'm gonna be watching you guys, but pulling a flask out of more of the moonshine out and like calmly pouring Ava and myself one while we just conceal it. Get through this night.
How are you going to conceal this? I feel like this is a daring move.
I'm so daring. I'm wearing a dress
All
made
right.
of ribbons.
We are daring.
Hell, yes. And there's many pockets, as I said, so I could just put that in anywhere. A big skirt.
What is the captain
Many
feeling
things.
right now?
What does the captain feel? Oh yeah, your senses. You reach out with your senses. I want you to roll against daring.
Just daring?
Just daring. Just straight up daring. See how that goes. Well, the captain, you get a sense of like pride and accomplishment. They're feeling not just about like the meal that they've made for you, but also the sense that of your accomplishments during that stressful situation. That's pretty much it. Any other sort of feelings are really just minor tings of emotion. Nothing to ding your senses.
Well, with that being felt, Kalos eats more food and makes sure that the captain does see that is that Kalos is enjoying all the food, just to allow them to feel much better in this situation.
How do we do?
One success.
One success.
You seem to have escaped notice for the time being. We'll see how that goes as the situation goes on. The captain beckons for you to come over to the table as you sit and enjoy a feast of several courses. Each of them more extravagant than the last, and each of them no flavors whatsoever. Bland as heck.
I just look to
I can't do it.
Wrester and just take cues of like what he just do the same face. Yep.
Kalos goes away. Nom 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 nom.
Nope, I feel like I.
Oh, and also welcome raiders. Thanks, Kangoose, for the raid.
Oh.
Hello.
So, as you're finishing the last of the mains, it is a like fish dish and done in like a Louisiana style. Well, I got this recipe from Cisco's, and I was wondering what you'd all tell me what you thought about it. I mean, most of you went through the academy there, and you've probably been to Cisco's many times. How does it compare?
Well,
Significantly better.
Why is that?
The flavor, the spices that complement one another. It's exuberant. Not pungent, but exuberant.
That's it?
Captain.
I don't know what else you'd like me to say other than it complements itself with the other side dishes.
Your senses are getting an overwhelming sense of like disappointment, but in themselves.
Oh,
Bummer.
oh my.
I knew I put too much lemon on it. It's an old failing of mine.
I love lemon. I love lemon.
it's just that the OG that you just can't mess around, you know, like that. There's something about that original recipe, you know, maybe it's just like pans that they're frying in. And, you know, and nothing to say that your expertise here in trying to nail that sensation, that exuberation was keen. It's just to say that there's nothing quite like the original Captain. I'm sure you can
I've
appreciate.
served this dish to admirals. Necheyev said it was one of the best she'd ever had.
What
And
an
Well,
I seem to have lost a step, I think.
no, well, you just can't really trust that admiral.
Can I sidle up over to the captain and I want to ask him for a word in private?
Yeah, you can ask them for a word in private.
Okay.
The captain looks to the rest of you. Well, I have to go ensure dessert is much more of a success than any of these courses. And Nuree, I would love your assistance on this. And he pulls you off to the side. The three of you want to converse before we have this conversation?
Listen, I'm sorry. Normally he doesn't ask too many questions like he knows it tastes like crap. But I'm gonna assume he went all out and it tastes pretty good.
I'm sensing they feel a slight embarrassment, but I would suggest that we compliment on them, please. And they've done so much for us that all we can do is not lie, but imply.
Was kind of
Right. Well, I mean,
Am I?
I sensed that, yes.
It's too late. I'm up with you.
Vulcaneers are very lovely looking, but they do not enhance hearing. So we can't hear them. They can't hear us.
Bad luck. Okay. I'm on my own. Shit.
You see that the captain is tending to their replicator, and as they are commencing another program, you see that they are about to initiate what looks like a chocolate souffle flavored with chili.
That sounds amazing. What? Not like meat chili.
You wanted to
Chili
speak with
peppers.
me, Ensign? What? Do you have a
Captain.
concern?
Permission to speak freely.
Ensign, you are in the captain's quarters. Of course you can speak freely.
Thank you, sir.
Spicy chocolate.
I am not sure what is happening, perhaps to the crew and their sensibilities, but we cannot taste anything. And I think the crew will go along with me on that. Is there something that's happening to us? Because we know that everything is flavored, but we can't taste anything. There's something wrong with our senses that might be interfering with it.
I see.
It by no means has anything to do with the effort that was expended.
I am
It is a
flattered that
problem.
you would go to such lengths to protect my feelings, but I assure you they cannot be hurt. If it tastes bad, please just
But
tell me.
Captain, it's not that it is bad, it is that we can't taste it.
And it's all of you?
I think so, but I would have to ask more people to find out for sure.
Well, we should get you to sickbay immediately. The captain turns around, pushes a button on the console for the replicator to shut off the program and recycle the souffles as they come back to you.
My whiskey.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, the whiskey. Oh, drat.
I believe you are all suffering a similar condition and cannot taste food. This is very concerning, and I think we should all approach.
Anything that you're talking about, I just don't think that I can totally taste.
I know we don't have a doctor on board, but the EMH is quite talented, and
It's not really an emergency if we just can't taste. It'll likely pass.
Commander, don't you find it curious that we all have the same sensation at the same time?
Yeah, well, it is also like maybe something we drank before we got here.
before you got here.
Maybe, like, I just mean that, like, maybe that effect sank in before we got here.
Well, regardless, I want to make sure that it wasn't my cooking that did this to you. All of you report to sickbay. That is an order.
Okay, well, it was a lovely dinner, and I know that it tasted good because I can totally taste. Thank you.
According to sickbay, Captain. Thank you.
I'll come with you.
That's not necessary, Cap.
It's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary.
It is necessary. We need to go to the sickbay right now.
I'm not sure. Why are you? Yes. Okay. Right. Of course. You're the captain. You can do John.
Great. As you head to the turbo lift and you spend 17 seconds getting to sickbay, entering through the doors, you see the captain. Please activate emergency. I've already been activated. You activated me hours ago, and I've just been sitting here with nothing to do, and I can't deactivate myself.
Oh, that's right. Transferred energy. Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know. Buy a switch or something. We can't taste, and it's a total anomaly.
It's quite peculiar.
I will put that remark aside for the moment, Commander. If you are here for a medical emergency, then I will examine you.
Well, Captain believes it's an emergency.
Please take a seat on the biobeds. All of you.
All right.
Like, reaches over, grabs like one of the medical sensors and.
Our keys in.
A time flux from the singularity.
Are you trying to convince the EMH to help you with this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of like lean in.
Okay. How would you like to go about convincing the EMH to help you with this illusion?
Kind of just like interact with them, and they can sense or they can look and see like the discomfort, but there's a program that the emergency hologram would have where it's just like the act of like persuasion, where it's just like they do the eyes towards the captain and then the other
I'm sensing a presence check here.
yeah,
Okay.
Potentially with command in there.
presence.
Presence and command.
Okay.
Presence.
Okay.
Can I help with my focus for composure?
Yep.
Add a die for that.
Okay.
Okay.
How are the ensigns helping with this? Or are you helping with this?
Drunk.
I feel like we linked arms, tripped over each other's ribbons, and
had a
fell
lot of
in the
moonshine.
same sick bed.
Had a lot of moonshine.
Real moonshine?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's still a presence check.
I'll say this. How about let's roll 2 presence checks from each of you with command as the modifier or as the addition, and then if you are successful with 2 successes, we'll let this pass. If you fail, you will increase the difficulty of this.
Of course.
Sweet lord.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Sound like a
So
fair deal?
presence, and it's not The ship doesn't help us, right? It's just our
Can the
presence.
ship
and
not
our-
help?
Yeah, because it's just us here.
We're
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to convince
It's our
the ship to
presence
help
and
us.
our command.
Oh man.
And it'll be I as well.
Wait, what?
Oh wait.
See what they do.
Total.
1 success.
1 success.
That's 2 successes.
2. That win.
We linked arms. It was together. We are one. 2 successes.
Most certainly going to increase the difficulty of this task. So please -1 from your check. You do still have 3 die.
Yeah.
Or 3 dice to roll.
Okay.
But it's going to become
To, like,
1
total
less
minus
total.
1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Your success number is going to come down by 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to increase
Oh,
the complication range by 1.
Oh my.
So 19s and 20, a complication occurs.
What?
What's your target number now?
So it's presence, command. So 14 minus 1.
Yep.
So 13.
So you're trying to get 2 successes on a 13.
Okay. I think I can do that. I think I can.
Do it.
I'm about to.
Yeah. Stop talking about it. Do it.
All right. Here I go. Look, I'm doing it. Look. Oh my, I did it. Oh shit.
Oh, he didn't. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, Emma.
So, with my former initiate, with
X, Y. To
13, beating 13s?
second
Or are you
power.
trying to re-roll something?
I was trying to re-roll my pool.
Oh, it's a determination.
do you have a determination?
You can
I
roll
do.
one
I can.
on-
I can. Yes.
Or you can turn 1 success into 2 success.
Technical
That's fine.
difficulties. Hang on, everyone.
Or I can just re-roll the whole pool.
Yeah, that's probably better.
The whole.
Oh, look at you go again.
No, we switched it.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
so
fine right now.
I
Oh,
would like to turn
table,
to the former initiate to re-roll the pool.
Let's go.
Okay, here we
All right,
go.
Trill. Have Trill.
Former initiate, which means I was in the program, but I didn't get a symbiont. I was a failure. But I still get to have, some perks from it.
Oh, the secrets which you knew.
All the people inside of me.
That's a lot.
A critical fail. And a success.
So, not enough.
Oh, no.
Not at all what I wanted.
You try to compose yourself. Ensigns of the 2 of you. Which one has just thrown up?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're just in my side. You both thrown up.
Wait.
Doctor, you have to do something. Don't worry, Captain. They're just drunk.
It's a little bit more.
Drunk? Not for much longer. And the doctor comes along and gives a hyperspray to each of you, taking away the effects of your.
barely finished. Oh, okay.
Takes your buzz away.
I throw up.
No, we're good. We're cool. We're cool.
Don't look at them.
Ensigns, why don't you call it a night?
Oh, so
Yes, sir.
Was all of this to avoid tasting my food, or?
Yeah. That was
Why?
my fault. Sorry, sir. I think you've experimented in a lot of good ways. I think you've done a lot of really interesting stuff in the kitchen. I just maybe had overassumed their tolerance to a certain ale that helps dull the
sense.
outside parts.
Definitely wasn't the moonshine.
I'm an outside person.
I'm an inside person.
As you guys get stuck in the
Lieutenant
door. At the same time.
As your senses are returning to you, you also feel something's not quite right. Like when they were saying that, there's maybe a little bit more to what the 2 of them are saying. But also, thank you for the threat.
Oh, and that's 2
Erner.
things. Backup plan.
Emma.
Oh, yes.
Backup plan.
What's your backup plan?
The backup plan was to blame it on the alcohol that they were drinking in there. The bad mix. Just didn't show up on the medical report. So. That's what I tell the captain.
Another presence check there?
Sure. I'll
Save me from myself. Wait, what?
Can I use my focus composure?
Yes. So it's a difficulty of 1.
Critical fail and 1 success.
Why?
We are on a
Why?
streak.
Wow, there,
So
Captain.
you succeed at this. The captain advises your story. And next time, I just wish you would come in and experience the full aptitude of these
You have
flavors.
my utmost attention next time. I was just trying to get nice with the away team, like I just wanted them to trust me a little bit and trust my experience. I'm lacking.
Your combat goes off.
Lieutenant Commander Wrester, go.
This is Lieutenant Dixon in engineering. Sir, we've detected a transporter beam outside the ship. Returning it to your location now. As a bottle of alcohol appears on the console in front of you. In plain sight of everything.
Well, that's it.
Commander?
That's the stuff.
What
Want to
is
try
it?
it? It's a hell, what did I say? Anadonxian ale or something like that. You want to try it? I mean, it just like nulls your senses. It's kind of fun. It's kind of like you taste things that you normally love, and they don't taste like anything.
The MH comes over and scans it. Captain, I do not recommend drinking this poison.
You wouldn't. It's not that bad, is it? Nostrom?
Doctor, it's fine. I'm sure you can negate the effects. I'm in sickbay after all.
Oh, yeah, not so bad at all. Yeah, weird, eh? It's just real bad.
Don't you like this stuff?
I don't say I like it. I just
Stretch.
Do your dads approve of this?
Oh, hell no. Don't.
They take another.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a snack out of my pocket that I put away during the
We still
buffet
stuck in the
time
door?
and be like, taste this!
We just never made
Just
this
taste
later.
What
That came
is
back
this?
in.
Yeah.
Now that you drank that, taste this. Wait,
Try
what
it.
is this? What is this? What is this?
I don't know.
Well, it's not Hasbro.
Shrimp.
Pocket food.
Take it.
Pocket shrimp burrito.
Try it. See what you taste.
Nothing.
Right?
Kind of.
Why would you do this to your senses?
Well,
Because fun.
survival.
Just tell them the truth.
Well, hey, I'm thinking, it knows, right? It's just
To avoid the taste of the foods.
Doctor, if you will, please remove these effects from my body immediately.
No!
As the doctor administers a hypo to the captain, returning their senses to them.
All right, hit us all, Doc. We got a dinner to finish, I think.
Very well. That being said, why don't we spend the rest of this evening actually connecting with one another?
Okay.
I do believe holodeck 2 is open.
Oh, holodeck.
And this
roll some
time,
dice.
we plan appropriately.
And remember to save before we go in the cave.
Yeah.
Save before the cave.
Save with cave. Save.
Wide in the crack.
Hide in the crack and save. Words to live by.
Save
As
the
you
crack.
load up your program for
D&D,
Dungeons-
Rester
D&D.
T, Menagerie.
each of you stepping back into your roles, you hear another red alert go off. You're
Yeah.
summoned back to the bridge, and that's where we're going to end today's episode.
Beat me to the bridge.
To the bridge. Beat me to the.
Lateral beam.
The transporters take at least 20 seconds.
But it's,
It's
way
faster
too
to
long.
go.
It's so much cooler.
Yeah!
Will we ever
Vulcan
get to
lawn
finish
dart
our
out into
D&D
space.
campaign?
Outside person.
Oof. Outside person.
Well, with
Inside
all of
person.
that, I'm going to throw it to Tim to introduce who you are and who. As we do our outros.
Yes, I'm Tim Rutherford. I do the miniatures sometimes. They are a lot of fun. You can find me on Instagram as Dinosaur, and that's about it. Oh, and Fablemancers, sometimes, but not lately, but soon.
I'm Josh Lenner. I do the set decoration here. It has been
Why?
I've been doing multiple voices this whole game, so my voice is just like, hell no, what? You're done for the day.
Puberty's gonna start now.
I'm starting to pick up Lieutenant Commander Wrester.
Yeah, well, you're Lieutenant Commander.
All right, no, Commander Wrester. Anyway, I'm Action Jack Jackson on Instagram. I do work here, and it has been a privilege to play Star Trek, and absolute favorite of mine. I can't wait to explore more adventures.
Yeah.
This is interesting and unexpected. My name is Lala McQueen, and that is my name on Instagram because I couldn't think of anything else. So I paint things and people.
You do.
Yeah.
That is what you do.
I feel very painted right now.
You are all painted because of me and Sarah. Sarah's awesome.
Excellent.
Please stop. Make it stop.
And I.
Don't look at my other Instagram, please.
All right. And I am Brooke Goble, and I am the assistant director here, so usually corralling all of this chaos to get to the table. This is my first long-form campaign, which thank you very much for bringing me into this. I'm not great at the social medias. I'll get better on that. I'm not great at those. But the one thing you can find me on the channel, I did do a honey heist one time. You can watch me throw a bunch of goats into an alien ship.
She was awesome.
I did that.
The chaos. Like,
That's a thing.
It's so good. So
The
good.
Chaos Bear.
Bears.
Burgers.
Yeah, and I'm Sam Cargnelli. You can find me on various social medias as Chef Cargs, or you can catch me on Wednesdays on Fablemancers, or Tuesdays here on Questline, where we're playing Star Trek. You can find me on all of those things. Tweet at Questline. You're tweeting at me. Do that. Join our Discord. Link in the Twitch, please. Thanks, Andrew. And join all the lovely beams in there, like Lawful Good Dad and Fox's Fancy and Queen Zombie and all of our friends that are in there. There's so many. It's great. But that being said, remember, the dice roll your story, but you weave the tale. Bye!
Bye!
Thank you.